Yo, what's poppin' guys, Sizzyl here, and today we're taking a look at quite an unusual game. Some people might even call it more of an experience. And that game in question is Jerma Slots. This is a free game on Steam made for the currently popular Twitch streamer Jerma985 to play live on his stream, which he did actually do at some point, I do believe. As someone who hasn't watched much Jerma since he stopped playing TF2 almost a decade ago, I figured I would be out of the loop and not understand many of the joke references being made in this game, and that I would simply be able to say this game was probably good for the streamer, but not for you, and just end my review there. I was thoroughly mistaken. This game is a single isolated slot machine with a few different outcomes depending on what you roll in the slot machine. There's a few cutscenes and whatnot that I won't spoil as some of the possible outcomes, but they're very well animated and somewhat funny even without knowing anything about the current Jerma lore. However, if that's all there was to this game, I wouldn't be singing this game any kind of praise, and 3 of the actual outcomes are just full-on games, and that's what I'm mainly here to discuss. First off, we have Crossing. It's a bit of Frogger, which then transitions to an old school arcade boss fight. There's a lot of cool sprite work and whatnot all around the fight, that's all of course relevant to Jerma, and it was actually a pretty good time to play, although it took me forever to actually beat the boss fight because I haven't played an arcade-like boss fight in ages. The other game is a puzzle. I don't want to spoil the solution or whatever, but you can read the rules of the puzzle on screen right now. I was playing this in call with a friend late at night, and we had a really good time solving the puzzle out of the context that it was all for a bunch of Jerma references. The way the puzzle worked was very unique, and I have never done a puzzle like it before, but it was almost therapeutic going through and slowly piecing it together, and I'd love to do more puzzles like it. If you heard what I said earlier, however, you'll know there's also a third game. It's simply an old school Pokemon-esque 1v1 battle with a bunch of Jerma references throughout the battle. However, without knowledge of the Jerma lore, I didn't really find this part all that entertaining, but it was kinda short, so that's kinda whatever. Overall though, this game was surprisingly good. It took me around 3 hours total to beat it, with about 1 hour on the puzzle, 2 hours for the Frogger boss fight game, and maybe 5 to 15 minutes for the rest of this game. It had very nice music, visuals, and sound effects all throughout, and I could have easily seen this having been a full-on paid game instead of free-to-play if it wasn't for all the Jerma references and the small amount of content and time to complete. It is by far one of the highest quality fan games I've ever had the pleasure of playing, and I genuinely had a great time playing through it despite generally not enjoying shorter experiences. Therefore, I think Jerma Slots is very deserving of a 3 out of 5.